Praise higher, higher. This is Francisco bringing another lesson. So, we're going to end up the Minister Inky and the health, Dr. Sebi. You know, a lot of things have happened to our food sources. And a lot of what we're eating was not made by the Creator. So this journey, we're going to have a food list from Dr. Sebi, and I'll leave the link. And this will show you what we have left here that is from the Creator. So be mindful when you buy crops to plant, when you buy food at the store to eat. These are the foods you want to eat in order to live optimally and be very healthy. Because it's not enough to exercise. You have to eat better. So we'll leave that in the link. But right now we're going to get into his video that we left off on Minister Inky and Brother Polite, health, vegans, and sex. Yeah.
It was nothing but herbs, 1910 and before. And back as early as 1880, they were already using electromagnetic forms of medication or electromagnetic therapy. So a lot of these things were taken out of the public consciousness to limit our potential, because our ancestors had dates on when we would come back into our genetic inheritance, and that was based on the cycles of the sun. Every time we...
All right, now we're coming back in our genetic inheritance. And as you can see, everybody's waking up, getting more enlightened, starting to think about things a little more, fix themselves. The knowledge of who we are is coming out. And this is when the Aztecs, who got it from the Toltecs and the Mayans, when they said that the end of the Baktu or the Quandran, which pretty much meant the end of the Pisces. See, that's why when they talk about Jesus, they always got a fish symbol. It's because they created the Jesus story and the beginning of the Pisces era. And that's why that was his sign. He was the Messiah or the God of the Pisces era. So now we're in the Aquarius, the age of enlightenment.
Go through a solar maxim like we're going through right now. There is a major revolution that takes place on this planet. So when we go back to the American Revolution, French Revolution, all the way back in time, every one of these large revolutions were brought about by the solar flares, advanced solar activity or solar maxims, and that's what we're going through now. And so they know it's our time to come back. In fact, that is what we're doing. That's what Brother Polite is doing. That's what Minister Inky's doing. Brother Rich, Red Pill, Blue Pill, Sadnetta, House of Consciousness. We are the prophets bringing in your change. Now the problem with that is that too many people in our own life has seen us doing our ratchet shit. So this is why your friends and your family don't listen to you when you try to enlighten them. They was with you eating chicken wings and blowing L's and popping bottles, and so they're like, hold on, nigga, I know you. No, you know the old me. This is why our ancestors, when they initiated you into new levels of information that brought your mind to new states of consciousness, it was a system of dying and being reborn, because the old you is dead and you're a brand new person. I walk past people I knew 20 years ago and they don't even recognize me when I stop them. Like, oh, damn God, I'm wearing the same clothes, I use the same language. What's different? It's something that is like that je ne sais quoi, something you can't put into words exactly, but it's just different.
I want to touch a little bit on the biological differences between white and black people, just based on conversation that I've had in the past couple of years. I remember, just for a couple examples, I was talking to a tattoo artist. He was telling me that in the tattoo industry they call black skin problem skin because it's harder to tattoo. And he was saying how white skin is the perfect canvas to tattoo. He compared it to like a pig skin or something like that. So I want to touch on that. And also, I remember talking to a doctor one time about, I had gotten I think a keloid on my ear from when I was young. I had an earring. And I asked the doctor, I said, hey doc, why does it appear black people get keloids way more than white people? So yeah, go into that.
And I want to get both of them good. So remember that second part. I'm gonna do the first part first. The first part is, Rich, the first part of the question is, got you. Now, the skin, let's deal with that. Because this also deals with why we should all go home and slap the hell out of all the women we love for putting those chemicals on. All right? We have to understand that your skin is everything. Right? So this is the lie you've been sold out the gate, your programming. White folks been telling us that our skin don't mean shit for the longest. Melanin don't mean nothing for the longest. Now watch how research, study, being literate will blow that shit right out of the water. When a sperm fertilizes an egg, you got a baby, right? You got a pregnancy. That pregnancy develops and splits into 3 layers, right? You have children, sis? Okay, not yet. All right. So that pregnancy splits into 3 layers. The outer layer is called the ectoderm. The inner layer is called the mesoderm, and the middle layer is called the mesoderm, and the inner layer is called the endoderm. Now, anybody could pull up their computer, your smartphone, and you will see every single body part, including the bones, the hair, everything, comes out of those 3 layers of that baby, right? Okay, now this is how you, one of my favorite movies is Ray. Ray. When Ray was little, his moms always used to tell him, scratch a lie, find a thief. I'm going to show you how to scratch this lie, find this thief. We have to know, this is why we got to be literate. And this is my problem with black folks. We are functional illiterates. See, there's a difference between being illiterate and functional illiterates. Illiterate means you can't read. Functional illiterate means you can read and write just enough to get you by, but you don't really know what you're doing. That's where most 99% of black folks fit in. Ectoderm, what is that? Ecto meaning outer layer, outside. Derm means what? Skin. Mesoderm, skin. Mesoderm, skin. Endoderm, skin. That means every part of your physiology came out of 3 layers of skin. So the skin is the most important thing. Now, fast forward. What are skin cells called? Adult stem cells. Keratinocytes, if you look up keratinocytes, the definition is adult stem cells. Why is it that all your adult stem cells become your skin? What's in your skin? Follicles. What's inside every follicle? More stem cells and melanocytes. Now, the difference between the stem cells, which are your skin, and the ones that are found in the follicles of the skin is the ones that are in the follicles of the skin are called pluripotent stem cells. That means those stem cells can become any other cell in your body. Any other cell in your body. Why are they in your skin? Because it's your skin that's going to regenerate and deal with everything else in the body. Why? Because that's where all that shit came from in the first place. Now, when the Germans discovered synthetic testosterone to use as a steroid, it was called folliculizer, because they synthesized the synthetic anabolic hormone to build the body muscle from what they found in your follicles. This is why it makes it exceptionally dangerous for women to perm their hair, because it destroys all the follicles and stem cells. And it's not just on your head, it goes all the way through your body, because the first couple of times you get a perm, you can smell the perm in your urine. So the fact that you can smell the perm in your urine means that it went from the scalp all through everything. So ain't no such thing as, oh, let's get it off in 15 minutes, so whatever. You can't even change hair texture until you get to the root. So it got to get down into the root and the follicle of the hair in order to relax the hair, because that's where the nutrition and the muscles come from. Now, what makes hair grow, and this is the crazy shit, so you can thank Rich to save you money. We're putting this video up. It's colostrum that makes hair grow, ladies. Colostrum, the same thing that comes out of your breast to make babies grow. It's what's inside of your follicle. So inside your follicle, you have melanocytes, you have stem cells, you also have sweat glands, and you also have colostrum producing glands. It is the colostrum that makes your hair grow. And it is the years of chemicals destroying your sweat glands and your colostrum, because it's the sweat glands that activates the colostrum production that stops your ability to grow your hair. This is why no matter what, you're never going to be able to grow your hair faster than dudes in your neighborhood that got braids. And you're just wondering, like, hold on, these dudes don't take care of their hair. How come their hair grows so fast? Because you don't know what take care of means. You taking care of your hair means you dumping chemicals in it every day. A man taking care of his hair means he braided it, got it out of his way so he can go about his business. He never puts anything in it. In fact, his hair braider has to actually come. Grand apperception. Come on in. So it's just a matter of us understanding sometimes health is not about what you put into your body, it's about what you keep out. Let me say that again. Sometimes health is not about what you put in, but what you keep out. So a lot of times people come see me for products and I'm like, nah, you don't need to buy nothing for that. Nah, you don't need, I need to sell you nothing for that. You need some light, you need some air, you need some water. You just need to wash the hell off. Like, you don't need something all the time. Sometimes it's nothing that you need for a while. Sometimes it's the nothing. That's why when we go back, every beautiful, powerful thing our ancestors did, it don't matter what culture. You could be in the Bible, you could be in Kemet, Sumer, a fast preceded it.
See that?
Always a fast. Why? What happens in a fast? Your body starts to produce cortisol. What does cortisol do? It releases electrically charged copper into your plasma to destroy fat cells, bacteria, viruses, etc. But you won't.
All right, like I said, it's important. Our grandparents fasted. That's how fast. Our grandparents, just recently, we were fasting. That's how much we've been manipulated. People my age, they don't fast. You have to understand. They've ruined everything you've learned. Has practically been a lie. And this is the truth. You gotta get it. Come and watch Minister Inky.
Only get that cortisol. Wow. Sometimes it's the nothing. That's why when we go back, every beautiful, powerful thing our ancestors did, it don't matter what culture. You could be in the Bible, you could be in Kemet, Sumer, a fast preceded it. Always a fast. Why? What happens in a fast? Your body starts to produce cortisol. What does cortisol do? It releases electrically charged copper into your plasma to destroy fat cells, bacteria, viruses, etc. But you only get that cortisol production when you add stress to the body or when you stop eating. So cortisol is actually your friend. Cortisol helps your body fight off the bad guys. Cortisol helps your body get your white blood cells intact. When there's no cortisol floating around in your plasma, white blood cells start releasing immunoglobulins into your plasma. Immunoglobulins run all of the proteins out of your blood plasma, including albumin. Albumin is the protein that circulates in the blood to carry the nutrients from one place to another. Because we don't even think about that. For instance, if I take vitamin D and eat it, how the hell does it get from my stomach to my brain? How does it get from my stomach to my big toe? Like, what carries it? What's the delivery truck in the body? Albumin. This is why when you're sick, they do urine to see if you got protein in your urine, because if there's protein in urine, they know it's inflammation, and that's what's stopping the nutrition from circulating because of the white blood cell activity. So,
Right.
let's get the grant.
All right, so white blood cells is deadly for you, as these things don't just go and eat the bad cells, they eat the good cells as well. So you want to keep your white blood cell count down. If you got a high white blood cell count, then there's something wrong with you.
That reception then, Brother Polite, because the minister got to pack up, and I want to get a moment in on Underground Railroad TV with the. However, it's not damaging the rest of your body. It's only the actual perm that you're putting in there. So the hair, once you perm it, is dead. It's just like.
All right, so as you see, all right, so as you see, it runs deep on every level. They're tricking you from the feces and the processing of the meat, where the Congression has made it legal for these people to have certain amount of feces per pound of meat. So you have this from the factories that send it to the supermarkets. So you can't get around that. Also, you destroying your hair, which is destroying your health. I mean, on every level, you're eating the wrong food, you're drinking the wrong things, and it's not your fault. You've been educated to do those things, and they're detrimental to your health. That's why America has the worst health. Yeah, we have the highest craze in health things. We drink the most milk, and none of this helps us. So we're gonna end it on this next video, okay? So get ready. All right. Peace. Shalom. Here.